Bado. Yeah, All right. We're good to go. Okay. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Today we are gathered here to have a chat with our two aspirants for the treasurer position at the Kuppet Union. Na tumefurahishwa sana na attendance. For starters tunashukuru. Hii debate inafaa ichukue kadri ya 2 hours with a break at the 1 hour mark, na tuna hope ya kwamba tutakuwa na one of the most orderly live sessions. Kumbuka, we are being so many people are watching us today, and everyone is curious to know hii Kuppet. Tunaona tu mashati za green zikitembea na red. We need to know more about it. So tutaanza na introduction. Nafikiria wacha tu mimi mwenyewe nitembee na hii. Tujue wale wametujoin kwanza, ndio tukuje tumalize nao, si ndio? Ama namna gani? Mimi si wengi sana si ndio? Haya, wacha tuanzie hapa, kienda namna hiyo.
Good evening, colleagues. I'm Wanyama Hilda, an aspirant for First Assistant Secretary Gender, a teacher at St. Monica Mongeti.
Good evening, viewers. My name is Ayub Andre Wekesa, the incoming Secretary Treasury. I teach at Kibabi University, Kibabi Diploma Teachers College, the incoming Treasury Secretary.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, my name is Joel Masika. I'm not a teacher. I am a pastor. And a friend and a partner with Ikwekwe. We are here to see what our aspirants will be sharing with us, what they are going to do probably if they get those positions. Thank you.
Okay, good evening. Okay, my name is Martin Wekesa, commonly called Mato, a Kuppet member and activist. I'm pleased to be part of this session.
Good evening. My name is Levi Ngai, the incoming Kuppet chairman. Currently I'm a teacher at Treasury Secondary School in Puma Central.
Good evening. I'm Samuel Afula Maina, or you can call me Maina Alkali, aspirant for Assistant Executive Secretary. I teach at Bokoli Boys. I'm pleased to be with you guys. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Dennis Juma, known as The Resource, a serious supporter of Team Change. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is George Tenge. I'm a parent. I've come to see what my daughter-in-law can do. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Mrs. Munyole Anet, a teacher at Wamalo Kijana, Kandoi. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Leonard Munyole Mambalo, a teacher at Samoya Secondary School, and I'm particularly interested in this debate. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Muliro Elijah Wafula, convener. Thank you. Walimu wa mjambo. Kwa majina anaitwa Mwalimu Sakwa, mwalimu wa historia na dini, shule ya upili ya Mtakatifu Kizito, supporter wa Team Change.
Good evening. My name is George Washington, teacher at St. Peter's Chemwa Secondary School. I've come to hear what our contestants are likely to offer because I'll be a voter. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Abdurrahman Musumba Shianda, a teacher at St. Thaddeus Ndengelo High School. I have strong interest in union matters and I've come to hear from the aspirants. Thank you.
Good evening, teachers.
Good evening.
I'm Cynthia Malaba, a teacher at Kapsanai Salvation Army, it's in Bungoma West, an aspirant vying for Vice Treasurer, Kuppet, Bungoma County. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Maureen Wanyonyi, a teacher at St. Mary Magdalene Namamka, very much interested in the debate. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Sarah Simuelo, a teacher at St. Mary Magdalene Namamka, a Kuppet member. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Christine Wekesa, a teacher at St. Peter's Chemwa Secondary School.
Good. So over to the other side.
Good evening, colleagues. My name is Olivia Musungu, a teacher at St. Andrews Matulo. I'm very much interested in this debate.
Good evening, colleagues.
Good evening.
I'm Beatrice Kadogo. Most of you know me as Betty's Perfume. I'm in charge of media and publicity for Team Change. Thank you.
Good evening, colleagues.
Good evening.
I'm Morris Kimungui, a teacher at St. Monica's Mungeti, the incoming vice chair. Thank you. Very much interested in this debate.
Good evening all. I'm Peter Lutukai, a teacher at Kimeli Girls Secondary School, incoming vice chairman, team change.
Good evening colleagues. I'm Ominda Joshua, a teacher at St. Peter's Chemo hapa juu tu. I'm more interested in the debate. I've come for the debate. Thank you.
Nasimio Christine, I teach in Bumula sub-county, interested in the debate. Thank you.
Good evening, colleagues. Good evening. I am Rachel Namkoa, a teacher in Bumula sub-county and a member of Kuppet, interested in the union so much. Thank you.
Hamjambo. Mwalimu Titus Lusaka, senior maestro. Malo RC, junior school. Serious unionist.
Good evening, colleagues. I'm Geyo Elia, a teacher at St. Thomas Misiku RC, really interested in the debate. Thank you.
Good evening, colleagues. My name is Kale Masinde, teacher at Kuyo Girls. Najulikana sana kama fundi wa mayai, part of this.
Good evening, colleagues. I specifically came this evening to give moral support to our candidate, Faith Wafula. I'm Elfas Toili Wanjala. Most of you refer to me as governor. Strong support of team change. Thank you so much.
Good evening, colleagues. I am Franklin Wanjala. I teach at Cardinal Lutunga CK in Bungoma Central. I am an advocate for change, a real supporter for team change. I am also known as MXYZPTLK. You can pronounce it as Mixes Pitlek, also beeps and rings. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Sarah Wanyama. I'm a Kuppet representative of Webuye West. I teach at St. Thomas Misiho RC. I'm a great supporter of Team Luketero. I'm here for Faith, but Team Luketero is here for us. Thank you.
Good evening, colleagues. I'm Madam Pamela Omalwa. I teach at St. Cecilia Misihu Girls. I'm very much interested in today's debate.
Good evening, colleagues. My name is Eunice Wafula, a teacher at St. Cecilia Misihu. I'm here because I'm very much interested in what the candidates are aspiring to give us after this. A strong supporter of the best candidates. I support Faith. I'm Team Luketelo. Thank you.
You're done? Yes. Okay. Thank you. Now maybe it's time to have our two ladies introducing themselves.
Okay, thank you so much, moderators and the teachers present. Thank you for coming. This is Anna Mulindo Namachanja, a teacher at St. Mary's Muhuma, born and raised in Bungoma South. Primary school, that is Father Wolster Academy, where I'm also the treasurer for that alumni class. High school, Bunyore Girls High School, where I'm also the welfare in charge of my class, that is the representative in the leadership committee. At Bumula, where I teach now currently, I'm the HOD Mathematics, previously HOD Applied and Sciences. In Bumula Sub-County, I'm also proud of them. I'm the chairperson, Business Studies panel in Bumula Sub-County. And then that is part of the qualification as in the academic. When it goes to qualifications, apart from what I'm doing there, I'm also a student at Kibabi University. I'm pursuing my master's in education management and policy studies. I've also been able to enroll for some CPA classes immediately after graduation. Because of the so many roles that kept coming, I embraced them. And I went ahead to enroll at the Kenya School of Government for senior management course, so that I'm able actually to know how to lead people, resources, teams, and actually how to maneuver around when it comes to even interpersonal skills when you're dealing with, for example, teacher, like in such a scenario. Regarding what is happening now, I'm happy that around 4 aspirants rose for this post. 2 stepped down and said, Madam, wacha nyi mpambane. So I'm humbled to be here, that I'm representing the teachers of Bungoma County because of several gaps that I've witnessed that are supposed to be addressed. Thank you so much. Up to there.
Asante sana.
Colleagues, good evening. My name is Faith Wanjala Wafula Wabukechi. I'm a teacher at St. Thomas Misihu, a teacher of physics and chemistry. I'm a mother of 5. I'm a married woman to 1 man, Stephen Wanjala Wabukechi, born in Bungoma West, raised in Bungoma South, living in Webuye West. I schooled in 2 primary schools, that is Matibo Primary and Makutano Primary. Secondary school I have done in 2 schools, that is St. Cecilia Misihu and also Moi Girls Kamsinga, the national school. I went to Kenyatta University to study Bachelor of Education, Science, that is Physics, Chemistry option. Later on, I've done a Master's in Educational Psychology. Currently, I'm doing a PhD in the same field. I have done a number of certificate courses in bookkeeping. I have taught for the last almost from 2008. Those are how many years? 18 years. I thought there were 20. Along my service, I'm a salvationist. In my church, I'm a leader. I have been a coordinator of KSF. I have also served as a HOD, as a SCASO in my former school. I have taught in 3 schools. I started at Marobo, mixed by then, went to Lugulu Day. Now I'm at St. Thomas Misihu. I want to appreciate all of you who have come here. I want to respect my father-in-law who has accepted to come and be here to listen to what the daughter-in-law is capable of doing. I want, with a lot of humility, appreciate my brother who has come here to listen to me, but partly to represent my father, who is not fine as per now. Otherwise, all those who have come, karibu sana. All aspirants, najua mmekuja kuangalia cha wenzenu kikinyolewa, chenu pia kitanyolewa, hata mtie maji. Mungu na atubariki sana.
So I think it's time to introduce Professor before we take it away.
Thank you, viewers. Thank you, teachers. My name is Professor Nyukuri Barasa. My background is education. I taught in Friends School Kamsinga after my graduation in Kikuyu campus 1990-91. Then I went back to university to do my further studies in political science. After that, I went to South Africa. I did a PhD in leadership and governance. But now I'm a knowledge worker, and education has been one of my interests because it's the equalizer. And I have also participated in trade union formation and training of those office bearers, where it's called to at least 36 unions, including Kuppet. The deputy Kuppet National Deputy Secretary was was one of my students. I think anaitwa Moses Katrima, and I think I've worked and related well with the unions. Today, my role will be basically fielding questions, which are structured questions to the incumbent and the aspirant. I'm told there are only 2 for the position of treasurer, after which we will also have different sessions for different aspirants. So I don't know whether you will allow us to move in a structured manner. We ask 5 questions to this. We ask also the aspirant 5 questions, because I have 20 questions in total, after which we'll allow the plenary also to interlude and also ask questions. Is that okay? Yes. Yes. Now that they have talked more about their biodata, we will not spend time on it, but I just want to ask one question on the biodata, which is also part of their background. I'll start with the incumbent, Madam Faith. What is your experience in physical management? Not physical, but physical with F, so that at least you're able to tell us.
Thank you.
Sorry sana.
Sorry for that. On the side of physical management, I have done so severally. I didn't want to go so much deep in details. I start by saying that as much as church is concerned, I'm the treasurer. On matters or in line with education, during the coordination of KSF, I've also done the bit of physical management, and partly I have been on tendering committee issues, and I have done that bit successfully and very well. Thank you.
Just as a follow-up to that, how many years have you served as a treasurer for Kuppet?
Since 2022 September up to now, it is now almost 3 years.
Can you list 3-4 achievements during your tenure as a treasurer?
As a treasurer of Kuppet, I'll begin by saying that when I joined Kuppet in September 2022, given that docket, I realized that there are some gaps, and I started working immediately. I started with BBF kitty, whereby there was some little bit of mismanagement of the finances and also on how the service is done. I started by, first of all, working hard to clear the backlog, because people were claiming money who had buried their loved ones in around April, and they were claiming for the money in September. So I decided to clear the backlog, and right now I'm doing it real time. People get that money and assist their people, the people during that particular bereavement. Number 2, due to prudent management of finances, we realize that the kitty has grown, and also we have increased the money. We started at a certain rate, which was 25,000 for self. Then we were doing 20,000 for spouse. Am I still live or things have gone? Okay, sorry. Then for parents, for children, we were doing 15,000. Then for parents, we were doing 10,000. We increased a step, 5,000, from 25 to 30. Then from 20 to 25, from 15 to 20, then 10 to 15.
Still money was there, and again I advised, then we increased the amount. Right now we are doing 40,000 at self, 35,000 at spouse, child at 30,000, then parents at 20,000. Then also another achievement is that we had one of the successful AGMs. That one was in 2023 at Kiminini. Initially, people used to take a lot of time before they received that money, but we had a successful one whereby people were given money right at the venue. Then it really saw people to have the faith in this faith. Another thing, as a unionist, I have been on panels defending teachers' rights and assisting those who have issues, and I have arbitrated issues to do with the conflict between administration and teachers. In another capacity also, I have been able to assist, especially those teachers who are affected, and sometimes we give up so soon. But being a psychologist, I talk to them. Those ones who are having issues with substance abuse, I approach them, we talk, then they get back to work. And I also collaborate with the county director to ensure that they're back on track, and I also make a follow-up. Another thing, in Bungoma County, we did a very, very successful strike, courtesy of prudent management of finances, because there was money on the account, and when people were moving around, their motorbikes, their vehicles were fueled, and later on they were being given lunch. That made the whole country to follow suit and start moving around during that strike. Unfortunately, it aborted when we were just about to deliver. Those are some of the things that I can say I have achieved as a treasurer.
Thank you, Madam Faith. Again, you have kept on emphasizing on prudent financial management. Can you quote for me any article of the Constitution that has principles on prudent finance management, and mention at least 3 of those principles?
About prudent management of finances, as far as the Constitution is concerned, I know that we are supposed to use the money the right way for the right purpose. Otherwise, I can't quote categorically which article and which part. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll come back to that. Any challenges you have faced as a treasurer?
Challenges are there, so many of them.
Part of the blessing.
Can you repeat the question?
Maybe. I just want to repeat the question. I want to repeat the question for Madam Faith. What challenges have you experienced as a treasurer of Kuppet, Bungoma branch, and what is it that you have not attained that you want now to seek a re-election?
Thank you. The last bit of the question I think you have added, but I will respond to all of them. First, the duties of a treasurer, which involve advice. You need to advise the BEC on how to go about 1 or 2, 3 things. But the challenge is that sometimes when you advise, an advice is just an advice. Somebody can take it or not take it. About what is it that you wish to do that I haven't done. More specifically, I want to say that I have done a lot, which I think is good, and I wish that being re-elected will enable me continue doing the good even much better. However, in my previous manifesto, I had talked about school representatives, whereby if we had school representatives, we shall be able to reach our teachers much even better. Another thing is that during my service, I have discovered some challenge, and right now, given a chance, we shall have what we call a digital register, and we shall have everything in ICT form so that it is fast, easier and effective to serve the teachers of Bungoma County. When the rain has come, I think it has rained in my memory, and I have just remembered the constitution clearly that on the matters of finances, and it is even part of my values. It's about integrity, transparency when it comes to matters of finances. Thank you.
Thank you. You have remembered Article 201 of the Constitution, which does that. Have you ever had audited queries in your books of account? Has it been qualified or unqualified?
My books of accounts have been audited so far this time round. It was done around March, and you have said they have been?
For those audited accounts, have they given you a report of them being qualified or unqualified?
The first one, the report was that it is qualified. The second one, I'm still waiting for the report.
Madam Faith, do you know the implication of a qualified report and an unqualified report? We'll come back to you later on. Thank you for responding to our issues. I want to come to Madam Ann. Tell us briefly about your background in the union, or just your professional qualification that you deserve to be elected as a treasurer.
Okay, thank you so much. Anna Mulindo has not worked in the union, but I think she should have been there already, like yesterday, so that we could have not had what we are having now. And I believe that a good leader or a good unionist maybe even out here, not necessarily having have worked inside. Sometimes we could be experienced, but we are experienced in bad leadership. And that's why Anne Mulindo is coming in to actually be a bridge for that to happen. I know we are talking about matters financial management, and on matters financial management, I'm among the tendering opening committee members in my school. I'm also the scouting patron, where I deal with budgets of over 100 and 150,000. There I strictly have to come up with supporting documents, which are the receipts, which must reconcile with the money actually that have been given. As I in charge of the welfare, for example, the Bunyore Girls Alumni Welfare, where we make decisions that are informed concerning our finances. And as a treasurer for the alumni, I also am the one who actually I collect the contributions, and then I'm the one who actually makes the forwarding there. And also Anna Mulindo, as my part-time job, I'm an event organizer. An event organizer gets the job done. In case you're busy and you don't have that time, you just give me the budget, then we narrow down. I liaise with you, and on that I can be able to make the day done and make the day successful. That is something I've done. I have a referral, my very own school classmate who trusts in me as the treasurer for the alumni, Father Wolstra, currently based in the US as a doctor. She lost her parent and she could only trust Anna Mulindo to be in charge of the budget. She arrived one day to the burial, and I had already done almost everything with a sister only and one relative. So 3 people were able to come up with all those service providers. Talk of catering, talk of any services that I did there, sound system, talk of catering for the bills, talk of the mobile, in case the mobile toilet. So naturally the event has several areas that needs to be catered, and that's why actually we need a very serious treasurer who is organized and a serious event organizer, because we can't just let the organizers or the organizing secretary be there. We must be there also actually to ensure that what you are doing is going actually to come out best. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, maybe I can assist. Sorry about the rains. Hizi ni baraka za Mungu. I would like to ask you any key principles of auditing that you may know?
The key principles of auditing, 1 is transparency, and 2, we also have evidence-based approach. You must come up with the evidence. Number 3 key principle of auditing is you must also comply. Actually, you must you don't compromise. Leave them to do their work also, so that they come up with the correct outcome.
With the current state of government operations, as we see delays in remittance of things like capitation and what have you, how will you handle such delays and keep the union running at the same time, and also, or maybe not capitation, funding that you get in your as a union? There are times when they delay. How would you run the union with those delays in mind?
So we basically currently depend on membership union dues that come from the National Kuppet office, and if that is the only source of income that we are going to depend on, it would be very difficult. And that's why we must think of even reserves, think of even emergency accounts. Those can help us keep some money so that in case of delays, we are able to deal with what we are having. We can also have a savings fixed deposit account. We can earn something from the interest. And then I know there is this bit of donations, but I wouldn't refuse if somebody is willing actually to support us, but that is now partly on investment and development. That is, if politicians are even willing to give us land as teachers, I will go for it. But strictly on the matters of money, I know money may be delayed, but if you have some reserves, some emergency account, then if we have some investment, just a project that can bring us some income, that will come in very handy.
Okay. How will you handle the issue of independence, and more so now that you have friends around, there is conflict of interest? How would you handle such as a treasurer?
So Anna Mulindo, as I come in as the Kuppet treasurer, first and foremost, as we speak, I'm neutral. And that means that if God gives me this docket, I'm more than willing to serve all teachers, whether you voted for me or you didn't vote for me. That is a past. I'll not look at that. I've come in to serve, and actually nobody should feel that they are not represented. In fact, in my manifesto, I want to see inclusivity. All the 13 sub-counties must be included. When it comes to nominations, let us have them represented. You go to a region, you find like 10 schools, there is no representative. You go to a school has around 4 people who are part and parcel of either the BGC that are working there. So I'll go and balance that so that we bring inclusivity in our union.
Oh, so you're saying there's an anomaly?
Yes.
In that kind of selection on those who participate in the exercise? Is that what you're saying? First of all, how comes up to now it has not been sorted out?
How comes up to now it has not been sorted out could be one of the reasons because Anna Mulindo is outside. I cannot entertain that, let me tell you so. I'm an independent person with an independent mind, and I actually stand for what is right. If we are supposed to distribute these positions fairly, let us do so. But if we compromise on the way we are doing our things, if we don't come up strongly and defend the wrong things that are being done, actually representation will be based on, sir, whom do you know? If you are in my lineup or not in my lineup. So you'll find people can be in a lineup and 10 of them are from one school. So they'll take 5 from that school. And actually let us not, I know we reward loyalists, but let us also look at qualification. Let us look at competence. As I walk around, I'm getting so many complaints, including what I'm telling you, basing on how we are giving out these positions.
Again, Madam Ann, thank you for responding to those issues. What will be now your relationship with other duty bearers? You are independent, yet a union, there's collective responsibility. How will you handle that? And you are pushed to the corner?
So Anna Mulindo is independent in the sense that we found ourselves around 6-7 aspirants who are not in either of the teams, and we said let us hold each other's hands, share resources, and actually move around Bungoma County to look for these votes. Being independent does not mean I don't listen to others. In my manifesto, if you read there, a voice to reason with, effective collaboration. That means Anna Mulindo is a team player. I must consult. I don't just agree on my own. There are people, I allow even my work to be overseen. I want that oversight. The assistant treasurer that will be lucky to serve with me has a right to even look at what I'm doing. I want to raise that leader so that she can even come after me. Thank you.
Thank you. On the basis of that, again, Madam, before we give you a pause, I'll ask you, what are some of the procurement methods you have been used to? Already you have experience in doing procurement. Give us at least 4 legal procurement methods that you know.
So in procurement, actually, we can't just purchase things from just anyhowly. We must follow a procedure. And when it comes to procurement, there are around 4 methods, and that will depend with the money that we are going to spend. We have something called direct procurement. That is when we are dealing with something of emergency cases. We may just go direct. We have open tendering. That is money that is, let's say 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. We will allow several people to come, the bidders, several of them to come so that we select from them. We have quotation. Sometimes we can just take 3 quotations. If the money is between 0 to 500,000, that one we can just get 3 quotations to just compare the prices, their specifications, and then we narrow down to who is best to give us the services that we want. Then we also have restricted. With the restricted procurement method is when we have few suppliers, and then actually they'll come and then we narrow down. But the few suppliers actually will look at into them also on what we can go ahead with.
Okay, maybe we can switch the other side. We want her to sit properly.
You sit properly, as you also tell us the last issue on what challenges or shortcomings have you experienced in the current office of the treasurer, so that now you are saying you want to go and correct. Give us 1, 2, 3 shortcomings, if there are any. Then we'll give you the pause.
Okay. Thank you so much. Sorry. Shortcomings are gaps or things that we may want to go and correct. And actually, you cannot go into a docket and you don't know the challenges that are there. One, that docket needs somebody who's very sensitive, somebody who's very detailed, because the devil lies in the details. And the details, let me narrow down to data. As a treasurer, we must know the data. Money does not work alone. Even a bursary check has the number of students reflecting that particular check. When it comes to even money that is coming from the national office, the 60 or 65% that comes must come with a statement, a deduction report. And if that is not even the case, I'm still on data. When that is becoming a challenge where you may find, you may say there's a challenge where your voice is not heard, for example. And I think there's no problem with liaising. You can even liaise with the National TSC office. There are teachers who have resigned. There are teachers who have changed their service. There are teachers who have exited. There are those who are coming in new. Why don't we liaise even with TSC to actually get the right data? And if you liaise with the county director where we send our casualties, you know, when I'm employed, like mine I send to Bumula, meaning those officers have a data of approximately how many we are, and that can help in budgeting when we are now dealing with teachers, because now I don't want to hear anything like under budgeting. You know, I'm contributing, teachers are contributing, and then when it comes to the real service we want, I'm not getting the service because I'm told they budgeted for 3,000 or 4, 5, 6. Why don't we be a step ahead in reasoning with the people we are working with? It's good to learn the people you're working with. That will help you to know how to narrow down to these issues.
Thank you. All right, then maybe I'll just ask Madam Faith. Madam Faith, you've been in office for how long?
3 years.
3 years. What is this that you have not done that you feel you want to go back and accomplish?
Thank you. I want to believe I had responded to a similar question, but no harm for me to repeat for emphasis purposes. I said, first of all, I want to continue doing what I have been doing, which is right and good. Then we have other things that I had desired for them to be done. I talked about representation, and if we have school reps, it means that we shall be able to reach to our teachers at the staff room level. In case of any issue, we shall be able to address it. I want to say that while working as a treasurer on the side of BBF, challenges do come in. It's because we don't have people exactly in those schools. Another thing is that right now the branch has grown. We have the JS people on board. Given a chance, I really advocate that these JS people are also properly represented, such that you are able to meet their needs at the right time. And I also added that with a digital register, the services for a treasurer will be easier and more effective, because the records will be just at a click. Then we are able to get how money has been withdrawn and how it has been spent. Thank you.
So do we have a digital register by now? Does it mean that you don't have a digital register now?
Currently, we are using the manual one, but I have given that as an input. And you know, the roles of a treasurer are categorically 3. There are some things that you might desire to do as the treasurer, but they lie in the docket of the executive secretary, because he is the spokesperson of the branch and he's the one in charge. So you can only give your input, but even if you have discussed something at BEC, it's supposed to be taken ahead by the executive secretary. Of course, we are working on it, and given a chance, whoever will be elected at that particular time will have to go the digital way, because I have tested and I have also seen. That will be able to facilitate and fast track on how people can get this information, because the data is there, it is in hard copy and people cannot have it on soft copy. But given a chance, photos can be used to see how much and how money has been spent at the branch.
How much have you handled as a treasurer? How much has gone through your hands or your office?
I have a bank statement for that matter. We do things annually, and the remittance for Kuppet keeps on varying. Since I entered the office, I haven't done totals, but I do per year, per session. It could come to around, given time I can give you the exact figure. I can do the totals and give you the exact figure, but more than tens of millions. Yeah.
Have you ever had any conflict of interest with other duty bearers, or upon yourself when you are handling the issue of treasury? Has there been any instance of conflict of interest during your tenure?
Conflict of interest came in at some point, especially after the Kiminini.
Raise the voice, huh?
Yeah, I want to listen.
After the Kiminini AGM, whereby we had some members who felt that money was not properly spent, and they thought that I had kept some money, only to realize that the money that remained, it was taken back to the SWA BBF account, and that one was done. So that was a little hitch, but we cleared out, and that one prompted on the new method of how to pay people when it came to the second AGM. I've only handled 2 AGMs so far. Thank you.
Then previously I had asked you about your books of account in terms of auditing, and then I asked whether your books have been qualified or unqualified. I think members will be interested to hear that.
Yeah, the report, the first report that I gave out, they were qualified, because when I joined Kuppet as a treasurer, I joined during a by-election. No one took time to teach me that these are the books, or these are the things that are required to be taken for auditing. So I took all books of accounts, but I didn't have the register. I had the register on my phone. It was not in a hard copy. But I want to believe that this coming one, the report, is going to be okay, because this time around I had each and everything that was required. Thank you.
Have you upgraded your skills, or is it that out of it is just a learning experience for you?
I have upgraded my skills somehow, and also learning on job.
What is the current asset status and liabilities for Kuppet? What is the current asset status and liabilities for Kuppet branch in Bungoma?
The assets for Bungoma branch, first of all, are the remittances from the national office. Then we also have a bus, which is more of a liability than an asset. We have office furniture. We have the office things that are there. We have the laptops, the materials that are supposed to be in the office.
You have an inventory for them?
Yes.
Asset inventory?
Yes, it's with the secretary of the office.
Do you have an independent own office established by Kuppet, or you are renting?
We are renting.
You have handled millions and you have not advised them to have a structure?
Thank you so much. I have handled those millions, and I said an advice is just an advice. However, we could only do that categorically if also the BEC had the goodwill. And these teachers who are listening, they have observed and they have seen the need for that. And that's why in each and every other person's manifesto, you see that we need to have an office. So that is something that is cooking, and I want to believe that given a chance to be there as the incoming treasurer, because I'm going to be the incoming treasurer, I know we are going to deliver on a new office, a place where even people can go and have parking. They can even have an ICT center for the same. So it's a matter of, are you having same will for that particular idea? Thank you.
Viewers and members of Kuppet, you are seeing there's a problem in Kuppet. You have no checks and balances, and the treasurer can be pushed to the wall. She can advise, but the advice is not taken. What are you going to do? Madam Anne, now you are going to be a treasurer, supposing you are elected, and then you advise and the advice is not taken. What will you do with the minister?
Okay, thank you so much. You know, the treasurer's docket is an elective docket. You have not been nominated. You have been elected by teachers. You are the teachers' voices, and there is nothing wrong by being a whistleblower at the right time, not at the wrong time. Money has been running through those unions. In a month, if we are getting, like, if it's running like 4 or 5 millions in a month, hatujaweka BBF, and if we use that money very well, we should not be renting right now. I know there are leaders whom you may actually, they may say that maybe the back, let me use that, neutral, that's what I'm saying, the back, they may not allow actually maybe your decision or your voice, but as a signatory, why don't you refuse signing? When it comes to signing money, why don't you say, I'm not signing anything that is not according to the public funds. I'm not signing anything that is not touching the teachers. If you want, sack me. Yes, because I went there to be voted in. I'm not interested in fact with that money. Allowance yenye watanipea imetosha. I want to work for teachers. Na nikiona hiyo ofisi wanasema kwamba it is not possible, I just whistle blow. Yes, because this is public money audited. We have internal auditors, we have external auditors. I want to work with the internal auditors to learn from the recommendations of those auditors. I will not compromise. If there's something I hate is compromising. Let us learn from them. Let us even outsource professionals. Talking of even training, sometimes just go out of your way and train yourself. And even as a union, let us come up with that capacity building training, where we are training even members, even just those bad people. Let us train them on how to handle public funds. When they come back, at least they'll now be aware that we are not supposed to push anyone when it comes to financial decision making. But at the end of the day, the treasurer is an elective post. You are not there under anybody else's. And that's why even as I campaign, I'm using my own money. I don't want to be sponsored. So that when I reach there, you cannot bulldoze me or you cannot push me sides, whichever way, because I have gone there rightfully.
What about
let her rejoin and then we can.
Okay.
It's a nice observation and it's a nice engagement. This membership of the union has only grown in the recent past. For the last, the first years when I entered the union, that is 2022 and 2023, we were getting around just 1 million, and we were having a bus which was servicing alone. So there is no way, even if that idea could come on the table, there is no way it could go through, because first of all, funds were not there. Number two, it's not about being firm, drumming or hitting the table so that you are a leader and you are firm. Colleague teachers, I have been in this union, and I entered the union when it it was cracked. It required a tough and total woman like myself to tell the two people that, hey, Mr. Luketelo, hey, Mr. Barasa, this is the way to go. And it was for the benefit of the teachers. I want to start categorically by saying that initially, in fact, that AGM was not supposed to be there. Then it was even supposed to be there without fair reimbursement. I said it will be unfair for the teacher of Bungoma to leave all the way from Tongareni to come for an AGM, then you are not paid. It's not right, it's illogical, it doesn't make sense. I might appear as if I'm a very soft lady, but I'm a very firm, focused, and I know what I want as a leader. And whatever that I want, I always go for it. And I know what is right for the teacher is what I go for it. My friend here has quoted 5 million. I don't know that figure. 4 million. 4 million, 5 million, wherever. I'm here, I'm the treasurer. I'm the one handling that particular money. The membership as per April, what we call a byproduct, it was around 4,800. To be particular, it was 4,800. Out of that money, 65% of it come to the branch. Out of the 65%, a certain percent is done such that it's given money to the ES. Then it also pays the full-time secretary. So the last time I did that bit of calculation, the 65% that was supposed to come to the branch was 2,564,398. So that theory, thinking that there is a lot of money in that particular branch, money is there, but it is limited. But I want to believe that with the maestros coming on board, with the moguls coming on board, the number is going to be high. That's the only time we can be able to achieve all these ideas. And there is nothing like whistle blowing. It doesn't make sense. You are inside the house and you are the one coming out to make noise. You rather tell the people in the house, this is the right thing to do and this is how we are supposed to go do it. It's for that reason that that idea came in the house. That's why you have seen people talking about that thing, because they know where the problem is. And the problem is that we need an office of just our own so that we can be able to mentor. Even there was a time a teacher was stranded, the house was locked, was in the office. If we had a Kuppet center, we could have given him accommodation even for 1 week as we sort out his issues. So that is the situation at the ground, and that is what is happening. Thank you.
We are now about just to open to the plenary. Let's
I just wanted to ask if Bungoma County is the mother of Kuppet. It was the first one to start. In terms of numbers, if I want to compare our branch with some other branches, we cannot say we don't have the numbers. So I'm still not convinced on the issue of unless if we are not reconciling our data with the TSC, or unless if we are just hiding some of the mistakes we are supposed not to hide. Otherwise, when it comes to data, if Bungoma County is among the biggest branches, some other very small branches are doing so much, and we are even admiring. I know there are challenges there. I'm not, some my firmness or the way I speak. It's not that I'm beating that is actually me when things are not right, and that's my personality somehow. But I'm a very cool person. You can ask some of the people who know me. I'm very humbled. I know how to deal with people and interact with them. I only go up, it depends with what we are discussing, and if the issue is really paining teachers, because we are deducted. But when you talk about the money, they'll say the money is little. That mathematics is not adding up.
Okay. Okay.
It's good, it's nice. Truly, Bungoma County is the epitome, or where the genesis of Kuppet. Unfortunately, it is very disturbing that Bungoma County, we rely on the NEB, on the recruitment of membership. It's for that reason that now the numbers that come on the byproduct, we can question, but it cannot be clearly given what are these people doing where and how. That thing we have raised in the BEC, those people who have been on the walls, you have seen questions being asked and you have seen how it has been handled. It's still just in the same BEC that we ask such questions. Like at some point it came out clearly that since this time up to this time membership has grown. Where is the money? We made a call on the table and you saw the responses that were happening. It was a hulabaloo issue of call. Then when you call, the answers that come out were not satisfactory. As a treasurer, you can see something, you can put it forth, but who is the spokesperson of the branch? It is the ES who is supposed to ask and inquire and get the answers categorically. He did that and we got those answers the way they were, vague the way they were. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we transit now to the next session where now the plenary is involved, you will be given time to ask questions. I think viewers and members of Kuppet, there's time for you to re-examine Kuppet since its establishment in 1993. 10 years you had legal battles before you were recognized, but you still have challenges. Challenges may be revolving around leadership. So you must transform your leadership. You must transform your leadership. You must be transparent. You must be accountable. Otherwise, members' welfare will never be taken care of.
Nyukuri is switching to his profession now. We are just moderating. We are just moderating here. Now, I think we wanted to take a break.
Yes.
Then translate into, move into the next session. But I don't know whether we should just switch to the next session.
Yes.
Because of the rains.
Yeah.
Because of the rains.
Time and because of time also.
Because of time. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we are going to now give the plenary.
My idea was different because the way we are seated here, I've seen we are two camps. The way we are seated here. We are members. We are members.
Okay.
We are members.
Okay. Allow.
Members imply that there are those who are supporting it. There are those who are supporting the way we are. If we are realistic, let me finish.
Okay, guys.
Allow me to. Let us compile questions. Let us compile questions. To save time, let us compile question. One person will ask, maybe 2 or 3 people. But if we give plenary, everyone here has a question. Like me, I have 20. So if you don't buy my idea, let us just have a break of 5. Then we elect 4 or 5 people who will ask questions. But if we say we go the plenary way, I have 20.
Then would we then say we give ourselves 5 minutes? Either 5 minutes, each camp consult. Then you come up. Okay, then, all right, okay, guys, all right, now, okay, silence, okay, aspirants, silence, just 1 minute, let me say something, it's okay, all right, can we have some silence, please? Can we have some silence, please? Can we have some silence, please? Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to randomly choose members to ask questions. I don't know your camps. I don't know whether you're in this camp or in that camp. So I'll just be choosing randomly. Probably it will be on first come first served. Nikiona mkono yako kwanza naanza nayo. Okay, just a minute. What is it? Okay. All right. Then just that should take 1 minute. Because of the rains, you can't have too much break. Okay, guys, let us just work on this so that we just a minute. My team are suggesting that we move to the hall, but I think we can just finish here. Right? Okay guys, okay. So movement hapo katikati is Order. We are about to start the second session, and I'm just thinking maybe we should create some place where whoever is asking a question should stand for the sake of the camera. So utakuja unasimama hapa so that the camera can pick you, si ndio?
Please just focus on the question, don't explain. And specifically to who.
Your name, who you ask the question, and the question.
My name is Dennis Juma. My name is Dennis Juma, the resource. My question goes to Madam Anne Mulindo, who has categorically said that she will ensure that she is going to nominate the BEC and the BGC according to that regional balance. And actually she's going to nominate. Madam, my question is, what if you reach there and you find that the issue of nomination does not fall in your token? Question number 2. You also mentioned of meritocracy, that is merit. You are going to nominate according to merit. All these teachers are graduates. The less he performed the teacher maybe is a diploma. Which criteria are you going to use to ensure that actually, and which measurement are you going to use to test the merit of these teachers in your nomination? Thank you.
Right. Okay, maybe 3 questions, right? Okay.
Can we allow 3 before?
Okay, you stay there. Don't move again.
Oh, you go there? Oh, I can sit here. Okay, here. Okay. My name is Beatrice Kadogo. You can call me Betty's Perfume. My question is on, I have 2 questions. Actually 2 in 1. My question is to Madam Anne. You said you will liaise with other officers. To me, it seems a bit ambitious. I want to take an analogy of a school setting where we have a principal and we have a deputy. You say you will liaise with other officers like the TSC about especially the number of teachers in the register. Are you trying to tell us that a deputy can actually go to the county director's office of education to find out the number of students in the, is it Timis or Nemis? The Nemis without the authority of the principal? Number 2, you said you will do whistle blowing and you can actually refuse to sign checks. Now, the second function of a treasurer is to ensure that monies are released, and that the monies that are released have been authorized, the 3 signatories. The branch has to keep running. Your refusal to sign the checks will put the branch to a halt. The activities of the branch will not run. And you say that you will go in there as an elected person. I want to again take you back to an analogy of a school. Teachers have been sent to that school by TSC. We are all qualified. Are you telling me you as the DOS will skip the deputy, will skip the principal and actually go report to the county director's office? There must be protocol. Thank you.
Okay, just give it to my brother at the back. Then we give one inside.
And then me. And then me.
Sasa nitapita haja.
Okay, one question. According to your responses, Madam Faith and Madam Anne, it clearly indicates that the problem of the union is being pointed at the office at the apex, the ES office. Kindly let us know. And before I ask the question, the current ES is still there defending the position, meaning he can still go back as the ES if elected, which is not possible anyway. Then I'm asking the question is that, who are you supposed to advise the members to elect as the ES, bearing in mind that the office is the ES who is the problem and the ES is the one still defending the seat? Kindly.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So you know I wouldn't know. Okay. Okay.
Order.
Pardon?
Order.
Okay, guys.
Order.
This is not a political rally.
It's not a political rally.
Please, this is not a political rally.
Thank you so much.
Everyone will ask. Everyone will ask. Just sit down.
Thank you.
Will ask, please.
Thank you so much. I want to appreciate Madam Faith and Madam Anna Mlindo for a very good debate you have shown. My question is, one, it may be going to both of them. Out of the report that we have been given, and I like the way he was structuring the questions. My question goes to the qualified and unqualified books of account. When it was asked, I think the Treasury gave the answer that so far there are 2 reports that have been audited. If my ears were serving me correct, and the first books of account received a qualified opinion, if I heard properly. As a layman in matters finance, I was to seek to know what a qualified opinion is, and this is what I've been told. That a qualified books of account refers to financial records that are incomplete, probably because of 1, incomplete records, 2, inaccurate accounting treatments, 3, insufficient documentation, and lastly, non-compliance with accounting standards. Now the 2, I want us to be given an assurance, because one of you will be elected. I'm not asking, I'm not any biased. We have only 2 people vying, and at the end of the day we shall have 1 person as the treasurer. As members of Kuppet, and one of members of Kuppet is asking, how are we going and what are we going to do between now and that time to ensure that we have what it takes to give us unqualified opinion when it comes to matters book of accounts. Question number 2, again I'm asking the 2. One of them will be my treasurer. I'm going to be in that office anyway as an elected member, but I am going to be a troublesome. I want you to know and to be prepared of Ayub. What are you going to do as far as balancing the 3 dia? Now Kuppet, Bungoma branch, has the junior school, the senior school, and the tertiary. As we are here, we only have 1 person elected member or tertiary, and none is nominated from the tertiary out of more than 50 nominated, and very few nominated from the junior. None. Or even none, right? Now what are you going to do? Because I only believe at the helm of Kuppet, even as we shall coil around saying chairman, ES, we have 3 signatories. That is the treasurer, the chairman, and the ES. What are you going to do so that we provide services that all teachers, all lecturers will be satisfied?
Asante sana. Can we now give them an opportunity to respond to those ones?
Yes.
Okay. Please let us just allow them.
Okay. Thank you. I'm sorry I didn't note the questions, but you were somehow noting. Remind me question 1.
Yes, I can always remind you.
Thank you.
One of the issues that has arisen from your representation was Madam Ann, that you are going to
I tell you, we are in darkness. I think the generator is gone.
Hata mvua inataka change.
Yeni Hello. Baba, so we are good to go.
Which people now? And who are you? You know, who are you? So, where are you? Are we ready? You can just have the mic so that you're ready to run.
Can I rephrase the questions that were asked to Madam Anne? One, in her statement, she said she will liaise with other offices, including TSC, in matters regarding information or the register. Then the questionnaire was like, whose authority will you bypass the principal or the deputy principal so that you go to the TSC? Then there was the issue on whistleblowing, where she can refuse to sign checks, and she can always say, I will withhold my signature because I'm not satisfied with the manner in which the budget or rather the procurement has been done. So those were the two questions. Start with those ones.
So, like question 1, question 2 is the one in my mind. So on the issue of bypassing, it doesn't mean that I am bypassing my boss, but in leadership there is effective collaboration. That will only come if that is the final solution to be done. Because teachers are on our necks. Imagine us, even we are not even in the office, but when we reach these schools, teachers are not fools. They are asking very tough questions. So if we are now going to the table to start talking about budgeting, and actually through my own wisdom, I think I can give an advice saying, why should we budget for this, yet numbers are this? And it can only be possible if you have the numbers. Because, you know, we can't keep lying about the numbers. And as they have said, we cannot, there is this issue of blame games. The three people should give the correct data. It is just a matter of, let us not have it like, it's, you know, if you portray that it's not easy to work in that docket, then why should you go there? It's not easy to deal with so and so, why should you seek re-election? So, if we are seeking re-election, or I want to go there, I believe that we must work as a team and deliver to teachers. Let us not say there is too hard and all those challenges are there. Yes, challenges are in every workplace. We shall face them. Then there is the issue.
The issue of you refusing to sign or becoming a whistleblower.
Refusing to sign doesn't mean there is something you can refuse to sign if this thing is not according maybe to the constitution, is not according actually to the teacher's interests, or is against. For example, if something is touching the teachers, how can I refuse to sign? I'm not a mad person. But if something is against, for example, when just withdraw money and do something that is not related to that, We also have some things like budgeted corruption taking place, where we have budgeted for 1 million. For example, that's an example because again they will quote, I have said I'll nominate. I didn't say that, I'll repeat my statement. So if budget corruption, for example, we are saying 1 million, and then we cook for 600,000, 400 imebaki. So we should agree up to the end of it, how much are we using, and actually go up to that extent. Otherwise, actually, if I say now, why should we sign this? And we just know, we saw even what happened. For example, that issue. Why should we sign things that are actually have question marks, have audit queries? Why should I sign such a thing? But something that is actually right, I will sign. I cannot refuse to sign, and yet teachers are suffering, like you're saying, it's an emergency. I will do. I have also a human heart, and I've done leadership and management that deals with how to deal with people and actually deliver the services. Integrity is also there.
Before we move maybe to Madam Faith, what is the main problem of Kuppet from your own perspective?
From my own perspective, there is one blame game I'm seeing. And then there is two, we don't want to agree on this data. And actually I want to believe as the three of us, if we are three signatories, I think there is a day we spoke the same language. And if we are speaking the same language, we had the right information. So let us not disagree, and then now we are not now. You know, we cannot be running meetings, and then those meetings, anyway, I don't know what happens in those meetings, that actually we can't agree on just the right thing. Then why should we be there as leaders? You know, teachers want services. We are being deducted and we want services. That's why I stand for transformation. Let us transform our union. If it's digital data, let us have that digital data. There is somebody who is messing this up, and we may not just say is one person. Then it means this problem is at the branch level and at the national level. Could there be people in between who are messing this thing and are the ones putting us in this problem? And if we are not bold enough, and you will just say, I'll just give an advice, you will give an advice. But at times, whistleblowing also does not mean you can whistleblow yourself or through someone. Like in schools, you have suggestion boxes. And the moment you have a suggestion box, we put there some information, it will raise some questions that will prompt now the investigations and so on. So we can investigate on this data and let us leave behind a legacy in Bungoma County like other Kuppets, if we are among the first ones to start.
How will you ensure a delicate balance between the three tier, junior, senior and tertiary?
Junior, senior and tertiary.
Yeah.
So when it comes to election, we have seen that tertiary has produced 1, junior around 4, 5, and then as maybe high school we are more. So it now goes back again if all that will win, all those leaders that will win. I know, yes, I'm a treasurer, I've not refused, but I cannot just actually fold my eyes. I'm just on financial management, counting money, all that. I see something wrong is happening, and then I'm just quiet because my role is here alone. No. We must work as a team and agree. Why should we harass a certain category of people? And that's why as JSS teachers, yes, they are few. And for them to be represented well, we must increase the numbers of nomination. I'll not nominate, but we will agree as a team. How do we represent these teachers so that you continue earning those salaries and allowances when teachers are also very comfortable? So that comes to now, if it's tertiary, let us go and pick some people there. If it's JSS, let us go also pick some people there. And if it's high school, let us now balance so that high school is not dominating. The same way we were suffering under NAT. Then until we moved out is when we actually now see we are representing ourselves well. So if we felt what our JSS teachers are feeling, why should we not be a good example by accepting good representation from them? Somebody asked about criteria. On criteria, what I mean by, I said loyalists, there is loyalists and qualification. So as we walk around, we are even meeting people, actually when they interact with you, you see them the way they are feeling what teachers are going through. They articulate their issues so well, and then they actually bring out the sense, you even feel these are unionists, and they have not vied. You know, vying, there is the issue of also money. There is the issue of also maybe the constitution and so on. So you cannot just say, so if you see somebody has the real values and qualities, whether you know them or you don't know them, you should actually present also their name. There's nothing wrong with that. We're just presenting some colleagues, even if they were in another team or whichever team. But I see this is a leader. I will not shy off presenting the name of that person. Thank you.
Okay, we are at the 2-hour mark, but we will continue for a few more minutes. So I think I've seen 2 hands this side. Those ones can move close here. 3 now. And there's this guy, this brother of mine. Yeah, you move closer here. So we'll give them an opportunity to ask their questions quickly.
Okay.
Yes. Then you respond. Are there any concerns?
Yeah. Okay. I'm Mwali Martin Wekesa from Cardinal, commonly known as Mato, and I have the following questions to both the aspirants. Okay, both of them are vying for the seat of the treasurer. I don't know, or I would like them to tell us who is the chief finance officer of the union and who will take credit for achievements and the same time blame for failures. Who is the accountable person in terms of finances? Who is the chief accounting officer of the union? If there's loss of money, who will be answerable? If the achievement, who it is? Then number 2, I would like to pose this question to our current treasurer, who is Madam Faith. What challenges have you faced in discharge of your duties, and how do you plan to address them, given that the people who might be elected as the ultimate leaders, the ES, are both your co-signatories, are the people we've been working with? How will things change? Because either way, it's the 2 signatories whom you are the 3rd who will be working with. How do you hope to change? Then the last question is that to Faith, and then also Anne will also comment something. We had a very big issue during the AGM at Busakala, where there was a problem, teachers getting their money. Those who attended, they either got it too late, and then we had a number of teachers missing. So, Faith, how do you plan to correct that mess? You know that it was a mess. Then Anne, also, how would you correct that mess so that we don't spend time up to evening at the AGM venue, then we go back, some of us have no money, we are missing, we keep pleading on the wards. Thank you.
Good evening, colleagues. By name, I'm Musumba Shianda. As I said, I'm a teacher of St. Thaddeus Ndengelwa. I have 2 to 3 questions. The first one goes to Madam Anne. There is this issue of bereavement. We are all aware that we have some of the teachers, or some of us, that on bereavement or demise of a family member, you find that the burial takes place a day or 2 days later after demise. Madam Anne, if you are elected to office, what measures will you put in place so that disbursement of the funds are as prompt as possible to enable the bereaved families to meet the needs, the financial needs of their funeral? The second question goes to Madam Faith. I happen to have attended the Kiminini AGM. I remember then women rep, the county women rep, that is Madam Catherine Wabilianga. She gave out 100,000 then you did some calculations. I remember you reporting that after doing the calculations, each member would receive a money slightly above 1,000, which actually you did. But then I've heard you, and I think in a number of fora, you have mentioned that there was a point after giving out the money to teachers, you again remain with some money that you went and banked the money. I don't understand how it came about, because I remember you had said that the money would be slightly around 1,100 for each teacher to get. I don't know how it got to a point that you remained with some other money to go and bank, because by reporting that you would only give 1,100 shillings after receiving the donation, you had looked at the turnout of teachers then. The last question is about the 500 shillings that we were receiving during the AGM. I would like you to tell us, was it budgeted for you to give us the 500 shillings each, or 1,000 shillings? Oh, if it's during the strike. Yes, I'm particular on the strike. 500 shillings, because I received 500 shillings, I think, on the last day before we went for the weekend. Was that 500 shillings budgeted for? Or it was just a knee-jerk as per this, the circumstance? Thank you.
I'm Mwalimu Sakwa, St. Kizito Mayanja. I have some questions to Madam Ann. One, we are advocating that one man, one woman, one job. In her introductory remarks, she's in drama, she's in scout, she's in charge of welfare of different schools, she wants treasurer, she's an event organizer. What about others who don't have any other position? That's one. We are advocating for one man, one position as teachers of Bungoma. Secondly, during the AGM of Bumula teachers in Mateka, Loketelo was there. She said, Ann is my treasurer. Now you are denouncing that you are not in any camp. The ES in Bumula, those who are there during the AGM, said that Ann is my treasurer, meaning she endorsed you. So don't denounce Luketelo here. 3, after the mess at the AGM in Busakala, the same evening, one Fra formed a wall, Ann for treasurer. Were you just waiting for the opportunity so that you can launch your campaign strategy? Then the last question. On the issue of baby Madam Faith, are these decisions of BEC, because we know the CEO of the branch is the ES, how do we arrive at the decisions of the BEC? Do we have consensus? Do we vote? Or it is just you say this is my proposal and they say yes? But I know most of the decisions they vote. The person who controls the BEC, if I'm not wrong, if we are genuine by ourselves, it is the ES. So Madam Ann, even if you are vibrant, even if you are firm, the ES, I'm so sure in one way or another, he'll control the 14 members of the BEC. If they are not going to support you, even with your nice dreams, with your nice plans, they won't survive if the branch executive secretary won't be of your idea. And I think that is where the problem is. Thank you.
All right. Okay, thank you for this opportunity. This is Franklin Wanjala, a teacher at Cardinal Otunga Sichei. I have two questions for Madam Ann Nabutola, whom I hold with Ann Mulindo, whom I hold with a lot of too much respect. The first question. On my phone, I'm reading I have the Kuppet Constitution on my phone. I've actually been looking at the roles of the branch treasurer. And looking at the roles of the branch treasurer, actually we have got three roles for the branch treasurer. Are you conversant with the roles of the branch treasurer? Because I've seen much of your aspirations for teachers, your issues revolve around the entire BEC. Are you going to bulldoze the entire BEC, or how are you going to achieve your aspirations for teachers? Then number 2, it is, you know, this is about politics, and I was not a good student for chemistry, but I was also not foolish in chemistry. In chemistry we had the litmus paper. The litmus paper ilikuwa na kala mbili, gani na gani. Bluna? Red. Now, in this situation, we have Madam Anne Mulindo, whom she's trying to say that she is neutral. And in the virtue of your neutrality, Madam Anne, and I've said I do respect you, where do you advise your supporters? How do you advise them? Whom should they vote for as executive secretary? Thank you.
I think it has started. There are some things you're supposed to respond to, right?
Just remind you one of also the common issue that came. What is the major challenge of Kuppet? Madam Faith must also respond because she has been even there, she has experience. Maybe members don't know. There's something
I didn't respond to the first questions that were asked towards the two of us.
Yes.
Thank you for that. I want to appreciate Ikwe because this engagement is very healthy. How I wish that we engage more and more so that we are able as teachers to know and understand where exactly the shoe is pinching. It was first about the three tier, the chair, the secretary, and the treasurer. We do our services guided by the Constitution of Kuppet. About AGM, we are guided that we look at the probable attendance. In case of anything we want to do as a branch, it has to be accredited or accepted by the national office before we come implement it. Even if we want to buy that place, Kuppet Center, even if you want to buy a bus, even if you want to buy a van, you need to agree, put down minutes, then they are forwarded by the spokesperson to the NEB. They are ratified before it comes back to the branch for implementation. I thought we should know that. Then about the audited report, I said it was qualified. The question was, how sure are we that, or how will I mitigate the issue given that chance? So far, there were delays in auditing from the external audit. So far, I have done 3 years, but I have just been audited twice. So the first one, I said categorically here that I was naive with little knowledge about accounting. And for that reason, I brought all books of accounting. But one thing was lacking, which was the register. But in the recent one, which was done in March, everything is there and everything is okay. There is no misappropriation of funds because in Kuppet, the money that comes, even right now as I'm seated here, if you so wish, you can look at the bank statement. It's nothing to hide. But do we go to a school and find the bank statement hanged on the notice board? No. You'll only see that this money for capitation entered for this number of students. So there is nothing like hiding any information from the teachers. The BEC are aware and they have always looked at that particular document, which is the bank statement, how money has come in. And with me in this small book, I can quickly tell you, because I keep records from October 2023, how much money came in and how it has been spent. Brief here, then I transfer to the books of accounts, then they are audited. So there is nothing like hiding because every shilling that is deposited is accounted for. There is no query for that particular bit. Then about the data, there's nothing like a blame game or something. It is just about how can we Kujikomboa kwa English inasemwaje? Kujikomboa. Whatever, so long as they're able to hear kujikomboa. As a branch, if you can reach at a place. I remember because of prudent management of finances, when BBF money at some point is stopped for 1 month, people have seen how BBF is working. I received so many calls that please let me just pay my 200 ikaenge tu huko hata kama hawatakata kwa sababu huko unafanya kazi mzuri. And I only received from one person, and immediately I called the National Treasurer. When I have received this money, how do I record? Then it was discovered that there is a book that was missing. I have informed that in the next audit it will be brought so that I record that this particular person had deposited money in the bank, apart from having just the evidence of the SMS. Then about, because I kept the SMS for some months now, about nomination. I joined the union, I said, when it was cracked. And this is the time that even if you had good ideas, it will be very difficult to be adopted because everybody was worried that maybe I will come in with my full force. But for now, my approach about the bit of nomination, I want us to adopt a web system so that those powers are not just vested on the BEC or the executive secretary or the treasurer. The system of saying, yes, now we are 10 nominated. Whom do you think we shall nominate from Webuye? Tell me about Bungoma. Tell me about Bumula. We don't work like that. If we have school representatives in every school across the whole Bungoma County, beginning from junior, senior, and also tertiary. From there, those school reps of that particular region, they will meet and agree, let us front so and so to represent us. Then now the names will be brought to the BEC. From what? The people. That is what I talk about inclusivity as a leader. Apart from sitting in an office somewhere, then we decide that today, Bungoma South, we are going to nominate 3. West, this and that. If we do that approach of web system, we shall reach the teachers at their point of need, that is the staff room. The challenge with the tertiary, and this I'm guided by the constitution of Kuppet. We normally have some counties that completely don't have a diploma college. There somebody can vie from any other place. They can nominate any person. For Bungoma County, we have 1. So with that 1, with just the elected member, it's normally a challenge to have another one being nominated. But given room, and given the membership, the way it has increased, you know, being nominated, it's also about being remunerated also at some point. So now that the money is there, it's possible for us to nominate another person even in tertiary. Otherwise, all those 950 something primary schools which have JS, we should have representatives, even if we meet once a year. But from those representatives, they come up with 1 person or 2 to be nominated per region, per sub-county, or per zone, or per a section that we know this number of schools can form a section. Then somebody asked, who is the CEO? I want to say that in Kuppet, the AIE holder is the executive secretary. And I'm not doing a blame game. I know he does his job very well. And when guided that we are supposed to do this as a branch, we sit on the table like this and agree that this is what is going to happen, and then we proceed with that. Then the challenges.
Have you ever disagreed with him?
Personally?
No, during your work.
You know, the goodness or the badness with Kuppet leadership, we go there not as officials, but we go there as politicians. So everybody has liberty of speaking their mind. And we normally speak, discuss, agree to disagree, and then agree for the sake of the teacher.
Yes. Very good.
We have checks and balances in that leadership tier. Checks and balance. How do you balance that the treasurer does not overdo the secretary or the chair? Where are the checks and balances? How do you?
Checks and balances, we are guided by the constitution. You maintain your lane. You can only advise and give your input firmly, but you maintain your lane when it comes to that.
Madam,
and when assigned,
I've answered my question very correctly, and I want to tell you that I've given you 100% of the question I asked. And why I'm giving you 100% is because you have said, according to you, the chairman has not stolen any money. The ES has not stolen any money. You have not stolen any money. If there is no money lost, then you will not have what we need.
so far, the money that has reached the branch has been properly put into use for the branch. So whatever that I have received at the branch has been put into proper use. And I don't understand asking me money getting lost, because it will have gotten lost in my hands. The money that is doing rounds online, it's the money that maybe was there and it never reached the branch. But the few 1.5, 1.4, 1.2, 1.1 million that is credited, I can only account for the money that has been put on the account. So I don't.
As you continue, madam.
So I don't know about the other bit.
You have to clarify this because I have to come and assist you check something. How is it possible?
Okay.
For money to reach the branch without coming to the account.
Okay. Sorry. He has asked a very good question.
Unless you are not understanding. I've asked, is there any way either the chairman, the treasurer, or the ES can receive money in his account or her account or his account without coming through the account of Kuppet?
Thank you.
Even though then there can be no money in the chairman's account or the ES account or the treasurer's account. We have to put things right so that I don't like media when I read.
Asante sana. I want to finish that bit. I know where we are coming from and where we are headed. I know why my brother Ayub is asking that particular question. Money from the national level, it comes to the Kuppet account. Faith has no say about it. The chairman has no say about it. The ES might have a say about it because he is the chair finance committee at the national office. The secretary secondary, the organizing secretary, the vice treasurer, the what, we only receive what you are given. It is a case of maybe something like a county. The money that comes from the treasury, sisi kama ma MCA tutajuaje? That is the question. So, in case there is a challenge, I don't know, but what I account for, Faith, is the money that has come and has reached the branch. And when it reaches the branch, let me tell you, brothers and sisters, there is nothing like I put the money on ES's account or chairman's account. In fact, those are all my account. There is nothing like that. That money is done on the table and they are given. People who have gone for services, they are also given their bit as a claim. So there is nothing that the money comes from the NEB and then it is distributed to us on our accounts. However, there is only two permanent employees or full-time employees of Kuppet, who is the secretary in the office and also the executive secretary. Those people, apart from receiving the little peanuts at the branch, they have their salary coming direct from the national office to their account. This one, I'm not blackmailing.
Yes. Not our money.
I'm not, it is part of the money of the branch. So it is the same. It's their salary. It's their salary. The salary is a percent of the money that comes to the branch. I think I'm very clear about that.
Maybe just sorry.
Allow me finish this. Then I'm giving you a chance. Allow me finish this. Please just hold your horses because it's about money. Then about the AGM. I will combine the two questions. The AGM at Kiminini and the AGM at Busakala. I'm a very innovative lady, and I observe the challenges the way they do come. Somebody said that why did you put the money on the account? When we held our AGM at Kiminini, we didn't have money on the account. It forced us to borrow money from BBF to come and run the AGM. It was prudent enough because we had budgeted for 2,000 people. However, the turn-up was less. It was prudent enough for me to start refunding that money immediately because it would have not made a lot of sense to distribute around 500,000 to 1,700 teachers. It was prudent that we start paying the debt. A question also came in about the AGM money that you are being given from the, not the AGM but the strike, from the AGM of Kiminini. I realized that it's possible that we do some little saving in preparation of the AGM. Unfortunately, when the strike came, we were unable to hold that particular AGM last year. So from there, I advised the BEC that instead of us borrowing money from the BBF, let us do some saving. And we discussed as BEC, and we say that let us save this amount for this period of time. We shall have at least something of our own to go for the AGM. Because Kuppet account is clearing account. It's guided from the national office, but you can do something. In fact, before we arrived at that, it required a lot of effort to convince people that it's possible. How can we leave our money on the account na pesa ipatikane? Maswali ilikuwa kila mara kwa mkutano. Pesa yetu iko, na waambia pesa iko. This is the statement. And we had saved almost 900,000 in preparation of the AGM. So it's for that reason that we realized with the strike, people might not even come on the streets because they are tired and they don't care. No, at some point, people had lost hope in Kuppet. So it required another motivation for people to come on the road. And when that one happened, that's why we were able to run a successful strike for almost 5 or so days, courtesy of that bit. So it is from that bit, ndio hii emergency vile tokezea strike, we decided to pick from the money saved for the AGM. Then about decisions at BEC, brothers and sisters, things do happen. Remember, it's a political, people entered through elections. So from there, we have nominations, and you know, people believe in nomination. So and so nominated me, and that's what has been happening. So from that bit, when matters are discussed, even if you have an idea, you will have to lobby for that idea to go through. So you can lobby, but who are these people that are listening to you to agree for that idea to go through? Otherwise, we keep on pushing, we keep on lobbying, and we keep on keeping on for the sake of the teacher of Bungoma County. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you. I'll start with that issue of that during Bumula welfare. So we have said there are no teams, but now that question goes there. that the ES said my treasurer. So 2 ESs were there. In fact, I arrived there early because I'm a member of the Bumula Welfare. I wanted to actually listen to even that constitution to narrow down. So I arrived first, then followed by Mr. Barasa with his team. Then lastly came Mr. Luketelo with his team. And then when the ES Barasa was given an opportunity to actually introduce aspirants, the income, I'm sorry, you know, we are talking so much, you may make an error. It's possible. Both of them are aspirants. So if one aspirant is given an opportunity to introduce others, and then he doesn't recognize others, and then in his recognition he says Faith amenituma na maji, and the other ES was there, he listened to what they were saying. So no introduction, and then with the says amenituma na maji. So when this one came on the platform, he had now to introduce all the remaining aspirants. And I think now that we see I see my opponent both for this lineup and this lineup. So it could be their way of hitting each other, my treasurer. And that could be the reason why he said that, or felt like we had been left out. So that is why that statement came out. And during even the quiz, I was sitting, I think, behind you, and I also heard Mr. Luketo say, my treasurer. I didn't feel anything. It didn't touch me, because any ES that wins, we are supposed to actually work with him. We are not going there to go with our division mentality. They have said I have good aspirations. It's good to dream well for people. You know, as we go there, we're also going there with so many problems that our teachers are facing. We are not just going there because we have vied for that particular seat. So it will be good when we get that opportunity, actually we share out even these challenges. It's not that I'm just going to do all of them, no. In any organization, there we have something called a strategic plan. A plan has a short-term plan and a long-term plan. There are things we can achieve within a short time. There are things we can achieve within, like we say land, we can buy land, then coming up, for example, with some flats, it can take some time. But that doesn't mean that I cannot stop dreaming. When it comes to vying, I had an intention of vying in 2021. I didn't. I left it. And in fact, I supported the one sitting right there. I supported you. And when it came 2025, I still did not have that intention. But when I saw teachers crying on the walls, I said I cannot sit down with all the skills that God has allowed me have them. I cannot brag that I have them. God allowed it. So I actually was born for such a time. And that's why I said, I will not sit down. Let me do what? Go ahead and vie for this particular seat. And I think vying, I don't need to consult anybody to vie from the other team. I think people have stood up and actually gone for position. It needs somebody who can sacrifice. Because if all of us are going to keep quiet and watch evil happen, who will come up now strongly to actually, lazima mtu atajitokeza, asimame na akuwe treasurer. I don't know why I'm attacked so much. We have around 2 ladies. I know of them. One at St. Peter's, Mskoma, one at CHA. They also wanted to be treasurers. So does it mean they will still say again, oh, Luketelo, oh, Barasa, and all that? No, the union does not belong to anyone. It's not nobody's house. Even me as a treasurer, when I go there, I cannot start bulldozing people who want to come up as treasurers. As a master, I cannot even use my campaigners to do anything wrong according to that. Me, I allow, even I've worked in a school, there's a school I worked under, somebody has already said they are going to vie 2031 as treasurer. I cannot feel intimidated. I'm not an insecure leader. I embrace those leaders that wants to come on board. And then role of the treasurer, I know there are several roles. We have record keeping, we have financial management, we have disbursement authorization, and then I'll narrow down to financial advisory role. I know there are things we may not, the treasurer has roles, yes, but when we narrow down to this role of financial advisor role, you are advising regarding the monies that we are receiving, even when it comes to the plans and the programs that we may want to have. That is where now you can chip in your ideas on advisory, financial advisory, that role of advising. I know we'll say that, oh, I'll advise, and they'll not take it, and so on and so on. But I want to let us believe that people can also change their minds. Somebody does not just remain like that. So I want to believe whoever wins will not have that mentality of just repeating the same things. Because actually, if you go into a docket and you have vied, you have been elected, if you want to be re-elected, you must be very careful. Because when you come on the ground now, it is what have you done? It is the track record that now speaks, not what you want to go and do. They'll start by what have you done, and that's how so many people are being crucified. Then one man, one job. You know, sometimes you walk in a place, there are some roles have been given without even campaigning for them. They'll select somebody and they'll just say it's you. And you cannot refuse. I had not vied for the position of those treasurer. Those roles came before. And I don't see any problem if I am the treasurer of the alumni of my primary school, for example. I don't see any problem with appointing even my vice treasurer to take the role, because also I need to balance. You cannot do everything, and that's why we embrace leadership. So there's so many roles that come. In fact, that's why in my introduction I said they are the ones that pushed me to go to Kenya School of Government to learn how to manage, to lead, so that I balance my leadership. I do the right thing, because they came, actually they were just coming like that. And sometimes maybe it's a personality. You walk somewhere and they feel you should do this, and you cannot say no when everybody has refused. So you end up doing. In fact, I'm also a class representative. I walked there and all the parents said, Madam, when you're a class representative, where my son schools. So if those roles are the ones that will be too many to prevent me from doing my roles, I have no problem with embracing other leaders to come up, because I can't do everything. And then on there is this BBF, burial after 2 days, financial needs, the money is needed early. I think if you're in office, and I think they should explain to us well, can we have these monies, can we go digital somehow when it comes to now sending somebody money? Can we use an M-Pesa and then we go and get the M-Pesa statement? Or why is it that somebody has to travel? Because somebody is saying that they need money urgently. Can we embrace another method that is not straining teachers? I know the constitution may be very, very strict, but if there's an opportunity to change some of the clauses in that constitution, if it allows, if they say during maybe there's a time they can allow, if it allows, let us put in actually good methods and good measures that can actually find a way of also teachers feeling they need to belong to the union. And as much as you're talking about the money that is in the union being not enough, so many teachers are even opting to press the exit button out of the union. So many. Why? It is because the way we are handling our finances. They are like, people have gone there to enrich themselves. People are not going there to think about us. So if that is it, then we actually have to come very clean if we want to retain numbers. People must see something. But if the only thing we are seeing is a small room that cannot accommodate even I don't know how many people. In fact, the issue of us renting somewhere, if we have a meeting, we need something special somehow. Yeah. And I want transformation. It does not mean that actually when I say this statement, it means I'm this side. When I say this statement, somebody said, I don't know, I'm denying, I don't know what. I'm not here to deny or embrace. The one that wins. You know, teachers are the ones who will decide. Whether we make noise, we abuse each other on the walls, I don't know, we do what. At the end of the day, one of them will win. And the one that will win, those that will win others, we must embrace this particular leader and work with him. I think I've, unless if there is an issue I've not addressed, so that because of time.
Okay. So I think maybe what you can do is parting shot. You can do your parting shot as you respond to that one. Okay.
Thank you. I just skipped a question about AGM Busakala. That method I advised and it was agreed upon. The only hitch came in when the turn up was too huge, more than what was budgeted, and the money got finished on the way. However, some money was being given out by M-Pesa. Then later on, most of the people confirmed to have received the money. More than 4,000 people received the money. I have the records. And that method is the best because we were able to root out those people who are registering more than 5, 6, 7 times. And I'm having my sheet to show people who had registered more than once, I was able to save more than 500,000 shillings out of that particular method. So the hitch came in because of network. That's why we delayed. But we didn't delay so much. I remember there was an AGM at Matisi, and people were being given money after 1 month. So I want to believe that I have tried on that. Then about people going to the union to enrich themselves or for financial purposes or for finances, and it has been clear some sentiments that I use my own money for campaign. I want to say it here categorically that Faith Nanjala Wafula also uses her money for campaign. About BBF, I said I have done my bit to rectify on the bit of real-time assistance of that particular teacher, and it's the digital method that is being used. So long as information reaches the desk that so and so is bereaved, the problem is that the information delays reaching the desk because of poor representation as per the school. Reaches the desk, the secretary to SWA confirms, I come to the office, I serve that particular person. The only bit of the people coming to the office, we decided on one day people to come and fill those forms for them to be given money. I thought I should respond to that before we do a parting shot.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I think we have done a good debate today. Yes. Would you want us to allow these two ladies to give us their parting shots? Just 2 minutes would be enough? One, right?
Okay, thank you so much. I want to thank God for allowing us have this day. It has rained, but all in all, we are grateful. I also want to appreciate teachers who have been rained on. I know some are family women, they'll reach home and some will even get so many questions. And I hope you go there and find peace as you go there, including myself, who am also married. I know I didn't say that because I've seen that question on the walls. There was somebody asked me harshly. I'm also legally married to one man, Dr. Namachanja, who works at Bungoma County. I appreciate him. He has stood with me. There's aspirants who even know him. I also want to appreciate the third force team that embraced me, and we have worked together. And our working together is simply sharing resources. I know at times we are being blamed, oh, you are this funded by this, funded by this. That mentality means we look down on teachers. Yani tunadhani walimu ni maskini sana. Haezi simama campaign paka ategeme mutu. I appreciate those people for standing with me, and that's why I'm not even going to any lineup, because we started together. I want to finish with them well. Nikiwaacha hiyo itakuwa sasa betrayal. I don't do betrayal kind of thing unless we are betraying on something which is not good, professional again. So to all the colleagues, thank you so much for this day, and I pray we as I came even with another aspirant who also said he just came to watch, so that during the chairman's position atajileta, so to see, are we compromising, or are we neutral, or are we fair? And I want to appreciate also the moderators for what we've done. We've shared a lot, and whoever wins, embrace all of us. Thank you.
I want to begin by first of all thanking God for the blessings of the rain and the blessings of us arriving at this place and being able to have this debate. I want to categorically thank my father-in-law. You have been patient, you have listened to your daughter. I know you have something to tell your son, that is your wife. To my brother, thank you for coming, although you have come as a teacher. To all other teachers who have come to this session, thank you so much for braving the cold, the rains, and being here for this session. It has not been easy. When it started storms, I thought things are going to end like that, but I thank God for the calmness, and have been able to run through a very calm interview. To other aspirants who are here, chetu kimenyolewa na tunaomba kinyolewe tena na tena ikiwezekana. Chenu mstie maji, unaona kinaweza ikanyolewa tu bila maji. Wacha wasiwasi. To the people who are thinking about being this side, at some point somebody used that statement that Faith is a weak leader because she's indecisive on which side to go. It is very clear that these two camps have decided to have me. Elingango mukasine bakuselela wiyoya niwamanya olota nende msahulusi usonya walota nedoka na khureme lipanga. For now, I'm looking at which side shares the vision that I have in my mind, and I believe in progressive leadership. Last, I want to appreciate the moderators, the conveners of this thing, that may God continue blessing you richly, for us to have this insight, for us to share and be able to deliver as leaders. With this interview, I know people outside there have seen and have already decided in their hearts who is going to be their treasurer. None other than Faith. Have faith in faith. My core values are fairness across all teachers of all cadre, that is junior, senior, and teachers in diploma college. Integrity is my pillar. Accountability is the bit that is right at the center of my heart. Transparency is what I have. Then honesty is the bit that I do it with all my heart. And honestly, I'm here to request that last time I got in on a by-election, I was just finishing a term for my friend who had exited teaching. Right now, I request the teachers of Bungoma County to vote me in, confirm me as the treasurer Kuppet Bungoma County, and be able to assess what I'm able to do even much better. Because I believe 2031, my sister will have grown to be there and be the treasurer as I ascend to other positions. Thank you. May God bless you.
Thank you, viewers. We are almost coming to the end of our session, and we also want to thank the members of Kuppet who have persevered and who left their jobs and their comfort to come and attend our session. We believe in transparency and democracy, and may the best of those candidates win, and members must be ready to do that. But I want to remind all members and those who are aspiring for leadership that Kuppet has had a very troublous history. You remember you stayed for 10 years before even the government recognized you after moving away from NAT. It was not easy. 10 years, you started 1993 until 2002. That history must be a lesson for you. It should be a testament for anybody who wants to aspire to lead Kuppet. One of the areas that any leader must do is to ensure that there is collective collective bargaining. Some of us were very mad when we heard that they went up there in Nairobi and compromised. I think it was so bad. Some of us were also born teachers and taught as teachers. It was not bad, very bad. So please, collective bargaining must be kept and teachers must get the best out of that bargaining. We must also ensure there's legal representation of our teachers. Their rights must be protected at all times. Their dignity must also be served by whoever wants to be a leader. If you don't serve the dignity of the teachers, then you are not worthy to be their leader. Then again, professionalism. Teachers are known because of their profession. Everybody has passed through the hands of a teacher. Please keep that profession burning and let us deal with it as we show others by example. Lastly, we must also deal with the welfare of teachers. Teachers are really crying, especially secondary teachers. I don't know what happens. Primary teachers somehow are organized. Secondary teachers, we need to do psychosocial support. There's a lot of problems, challenges, including my own daughter who is a teacher. There are always problems. We need to have a department for psychosocial support. Thank you very much. May God bless you as you go back. We look forward to host another team of aspirants. Thank you.
You know, speaking after Nyukuri, utajipata una maneno ya kusema. So, ladies and gentlemen, asanteni sana for coming today. The two ladies, when I first thought about this debate, it was advised by one message I got on WhatsApp from one of the teachers who asked me why I had never thought about interviewing those who are contesting. And that is how I started planning for this. I have my team here who share my vision. I brought Nyukuri on board because of his governance expertise. Sasa unajua vitu zinakuanga tu kwa kichwa. So that is why I brought him on board, and we are going to be together for the next debate, God willing, on Thursday, same venue. We might try and see if internet will be working in the theater so that mvua ikikuja tena situumize kama leo. But we also thank the management. This lady here is a supervisor, manager. Hebu simamia hapa. Nitakupatia dakika moja usalimie wageni wako na uambie ni nini uko nacho hapa kwako. We would have loved that she does a tour for us, but sasa mvua nayo iliharibu. Yes.
Habari zenu. Kwa majina naitwa Patricia Chepkemoi, manager Lukoba Lodges and Cabins. Karibuni sana. Venye mmekuja mmeona, mmejioneonea, tungependa kuwatembeza zaidi. Tuko na accommodation, we have rooms, cottages, tuko na restaurants. So we serve our food African. We are Africa and Africa is our business. So mnakuja nyumbani. Tukiwa nyumbani tunakula kinyumbani. So tunapika kwa nyungu, tunaserve kwa nyungu. Tunakula healthy, ni chakula ya kinyumbani. So traditional foods is what we sell. Tuko na theater. Umeona pale mkitaka kuwatch movie kidogo, tumewaletea cinema Bungoma. Karibuni sana. Tuko na swimming pool, tuko na curio shop, na pia tuko na mkahawa. So pale kwa mkahawa, kama wewe ni mtu wa kukunywa zile cappuccino, mambo kama hayo ziko hapo. So karibuni sana for any meetings, BOM meetings, mkiwa na team buildings, zote we can host at Lukoba. Karibuni sana. Asanteni.
Hujatuambia kama bado tuko na chai after this?
Watu wako kwa live.
Watu wajatangulia huko.
Ya baridi, lazima tutoe baridi. Tuna kikombe cha chai, tukimaliza tunapitia pale kwa restaurant. We have a cup of tea. Then kisha baada ya hiyo kuna wale wenye wataendelea na others. Karibuni sana. We are well stocked.
So tukimalizia those other contestants for the chairman's position and executive secretary, kindly prepare yourselves because next Thursday is for the chairman, then hiyo ingine tutaweka ya executive secretary, but that doesn't mean that we are done with the treasurer and hata hiyo chairman na nini, tutazirudia tu at the request of members. Yeah, and we also invite you guys to follow our page ikue updates. Wale wanapenda YouTube, tumekuwa live kwa YouTube, we are still live on Facebook, you follow, and at times here mna support. No, like this one we are doing just pure CSR, but at times we need finances and mna tujenga bwana, nyinyi watu mko sawa. So thank you very much. Asante sana to Lukoba management for allowing us to be here, and thank you to everyone who has made this day a success. Tukutane tena hapa next Thursday masaa kama ile ya leo.